Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the show. Appreciate you joining today on this episode of Family, Health, and Hustle. So, the last episode we spent talking a little bit about my family, kind of where I came from, and the, I would say, foundation of, my life now. I think we can all agree that as children, our family life is extremely important to us. And again, I understand that some people may not have had great family upbringing, and some people have. Some people are really close or not close at all. And I think I would say that I fell kind of more on the close side. We weren't the closest we could have been, but we definitely grew up caring about each other and trying to stay close as we participate in different activities. The whole family tries to show up to things and things like that. But that's not what we're talking about today. Today we're going to talk about word number 2 in the title of the show, which is health. Health. So the big thing that comes to mind when I talk about health is I'm not perfect. I am far from perfect. But health is one of those things that it's not just a challenge or I'm going to do a 3-month program or I'm going to look good by the summer. Like, you can't have that kind of mentality about it, even if you do achieve that goal, which is great. The hard part about that mentality is typically you fall off eventually and then you stay off for a while. Health needs to be ingrained in you. It needs to be an everyday thing, not even a decision. Just this is part of my everyday routine. Something that involves health. And again, it can be going to the gym, it can be going on hikes, it can be stretching or meditating or whatever it is. And I'm not just talking about physical health, I'm talking about mental health as well. But it needs to be something that we build into our everyday routines. Because if we don't, and it's not a habit, then, next thing we know, it's going to have, some time is going to have passed and you're going to realize, wow, I really neglected this. Now, as far as health goes, the main thing that I think of is health is kind of everything relates to health, because no matter what you want to do in life, if you have large goals to do charitable things, if you have large goals for sporting events or spending time with family or traveling or whatever, if you're not healthy, it's going to affect everything. And so it really is a fundamental of living a good life. And look, some people, there's health conditions and things out there that we can't help. And I understand that. And I can't imagine having, something that would restrict me from living a life that I wanted to. And so if you're going through that, then, I want to say I feel for you, but I can't imagine what you're going through. And I just want to let you know that we're here to listen and to help and support. And even though you might have something that's really holding you back, that still look for opportunity to improve and to grow. Don't let that be something that holds you back, despite what it is and despite how hard it could be. And even if it really is holding you back physically, don't let that be your mindset, because you'd be surprised at what you can accomplish if you don't let that block you. Now, I'm a fairly healthy person, and what I mean by that is I'm blessed to not get sick very often. I do get colds and stuff. You might even be able to hear in my voice. I have had a cold the last couple of days I'm trying to get over, but for the most part, nothing big, knock on wood, has happened to me, and I've never broken a bone. I've stayed, I pretty much probably been to the hospital maybe a couple times for some small things. I think the biggest thing I ever had was like a hernia repair, which even that I was kind of like, what the heck is this? How, where'd this come from? But I'm super blessed to be overall generally healthy. Now, that being said, I wouldn't say I'm fit. That is something that is a day-to-day struggle and mission for me. Now, I'm not by any means, obese. I guess if you were to do like the body fat, those body fat tests, it always feels like you don't look that bad, you don't feel that bad, and then you're like, 9% body fat, and they're like, yeah, with that plus your height, oh, you're obese, right? That's what the doctor says. And if that's the metrics, yeah, then I am probably obese. But I would say on average, if you saw me on the street, you'd say, well, I mean, that guy's looks like he can move around. He's not obese by any means, but he's not the fittest guy either. And no matter where you are in your fitness journey and your health journey, that's okay. We can't really, don't judge people when you see them like that, because we don't know what they're going through. We don't know where they're at in their journey. Maybe they were far more unhealthy prior to that point, and they're working down the road and progressing. But that being said, yes, I'm overall decently a healthy person. I'm working on being the fit person, but that is difficult. It's difficult because, working full time and then coming home, and I feel guilty going to the gym in the evening because I want to spend time with my family and my kids before they go to bed. And quite frankly, even if I did go to the gym right after work, that's when everyone goes to the gym. And so I probably wouldn't even be able to accomplish much. And then so if I wait for my kids to go to sleep, then I'm tired and I probably just ate dinner and I'm like, maybe tomorrow, because if I go to the gym now, then I'm going to get to bed late and I'm going to have, a rough morning. And on the flip side, so if anyone who knows me knows I am not a morning person. However, if I am going to go to the gym, if I'm going to go be healthy physically, it has to be in the morning, because if I wait till the evening, it's just not going to happen. Now in the morning, it's very difficult to make happen as well, but it's more likely. And the reason it's difficult is because my wife goes to work at 7 a.m. and I take the kids to school, which I'm very grateful and blessed to be able to do. But what that means is if I want to go to the gym, which is about, 15, 20 minutes away, I have to wake up at like 5 a.m. I got to take 20 minutes just to wake up and kind of slap my face around and then drive to the gym, go to the gym for about an hour, come back, and then my wife, have my wife be ready to go, and then I can shower, get ready, and then take the kids to school. So because I'm not a morning person, that's very difficult too. Like I'm a minimum 7 hours of sleep kind of guy. And quite frankly, I'll just be honest with you, I am bad at managing my nights, because it comes down to how you manage your nights for me. And, come 9:30, I'm dinking around on my phone or wanting to watch some Netflix or just hang out. I've had a long day. I deserve some time to hang out. The next thing I know, it's 11 o'clock and I'm going to bed and I'm going, oh my gosh, why did I do that? There's no way I'm waking up at 5. And I did for a while. I actually did try, and I would come home and like take a nap and stuff like that. And it's, but it's hard. It's really hard. But here's the thing. This is, I guess, the biggest point that I kind of came to a conclusion with is, for me, because I'm generally a healthy person, I can control my fitness goals, my health, for the most part. I can control it 100%. And what I mean by that is there's going to be things in my life that I cannot control. I cannot always get that job promotion, or I wasn't born a wealthy man, so I got to work for that. There's lots of things and goals in life that depend on other people as well. Either relationships you have or someone choosing you to do something or whatever it is. And you can work really hard and you can get all those things. But for me, it was kind of an eye-opener where I said, when it comes to health, that is all on me. I can't blame anyone else for what I eat. I can't blame anyone else for not having that six-pack. I can't blame anyone else for not getting out and about because, like I said, I'm a 7-hour sleep kind of guy, but I could easily, if I was really motivated, probably peel off one of those hours and go do something. Go wake up in the morning, go on a hike or something. So I had a big realization when I thought that. I said, you know what? It needs to start with my health. Like, I think there's a reason why, I'll say generally speaking, very successful people tend to be a little bit healthier. That's not always, but you look at people like Mark Zuckerberg and and some of these, especially social media celebrities, like they tend to be healthier and take care of their body. And I think it's because, it starts there. It's 100% in my control. And if I can't do something that's 100% in my control, how am I supposed to do something that's not in my control? And that was a big realization to me. And that's kind of when that switch flipped and said, this isn't just a 3-month goal, or this isn't a 90-day plan or a 6-month plan, but this is life. Health is life. And that really changed my perspective. Now, that doesn't mean I'm perfect by any means. I still fail all the time. I haven't gone to the gym for a little while. I'm not going to say how long. But I am consciously trying to eat healthier. I do consciously try to, eat correct portions and eat healthier food. And I had the blessing of about 4 years ago, kind of when things were, probably about 5 years ago, actually, when things were really hitting the fan for me, and I had to set a goal that, by the time I was 30 years old, I'd be rich, I'd be fit, I'd be in the best shape of my life. And 30 years old came around, and I was the most unfit I've ever been, and I've been, I was broke. I was broke and I was unfit. And that's kind of when I came to this realization. And I had talked my wife into saying, I said, any way I can get a fitness coach? I need some guidance. And for about 4 years, I had a fitness coach. And I call it more of, some people would be like, oh, you have a fitness coach, you've had him for this long, how come you're not ripped? Well, for me, my goal wasn't to get ripped. It was just trying to be healthy. It was to not get out of shape. And he was there to hold me accountable. And I learned a ton from him. And guess what? I haven't seen him this year yet. I'll be honest. I fell off the wagon there. Life's been crazy, but I plan on getting on that wagon again and connecting with him and having that accountability partner when it comes to health. But I'm grateful for the things that I learned from him, and I'm still trying to implement that every day. Even though I haven't seen him recently, it's the day-to-day actions. I'm not thinking about tomorrow. I'm not thinking about yesterday. I'm thinking, what do I need to do today? Okay. I need to not eat cake or lots of sugars or lots of carbs. I need to try to, portion the meals. I tend to go on the type of plan that's, 5 to 6 meals, smaller meals with, the little snacks in between and stuff. So I guess that would be actually 3 big meals and then like 3 snacks in between. But that's my day. I say, what can I do today? And I try to do those things. I'm not thinking about tomorrow. I'm not thinking about the goals and the distance down the road. Because one of the best ways that it's ever been explained to me about goal setting is you should set the ultimate goal and then work your way from there and come up with a day-to-day habit or schedule and then forget about the long-term goal. There's a great book out there about this. It's called The Motivation Myth. I'll definitely send that out, some information out eventually to you folks at later at another time. But it talks about that. It talks about setting that goal, pushing it, forgetting about the big goal and just working on day to day. And that's what I've done, except not even just about a goal, just about life. Life, these things must be done every day. And if I fail today, okay, that's fine. Tomorrow's a new day. And if I fail tomorrow, that's okay. That's fine. The next day is a new day. And I may have done amazing yesterday, but I'm not worried about yesterday. I'm worried about today. So that's a little bit of my thoughts on health. My health journey has been kind of all over the place. I was pretty fit. I wouldn't say fit, but I did some sports in high school, and then I did some theater. I'm a theater nerd. But after high school, I was slim, but I got a really good job. It was a desk job. It was at a call center. I didn't really understand about eating healthy at the time. And I was just spending my money on having a desk full of snacks and sodas. And I get the munchies, man, when I'm on the computer all day. And I just, I see pictures of back then and I'm like, it was rough. I had no idea. And I just, ever since then, I've had to essentially be conscious of weight and my health, my physical health, because I really let it get out of control back then. And there's been ups and downs where I did, I did some nutrition shakes, and I've done, and I lost a bunch of weight. I lost like 40 pounds. And then they were really expensive to keep up on. So I got off those, and I tried intermittent fasting, and I did that for a while, and I honestly wasn't doing it right. And so I didn't really see any results. And then I just kind of bounced around from things up, weight was up, weight was down, until I got the nutrition coach. And then I kind of stayed in the general area. And to be honest, right before COVID, I was in really good shape. I had gotten it down as far as my schedule, going to the gym, being really active, playing some sports like racquetball. I love racquetball. Had some friends I was going with 3 times a week, and was just slimming down like crazy. And then, of course, COVID shut down all the gyms and everything. And I tried jogging the next day, and I think I made it like 10 minutes. And I was like, nope. This is boring. I don't like it. And I stopped working out. And then I got unhealthy again, and now I'm working my way back. So it's a day-to-day thing, but as I said, health is so important, again, because it is the beginning of every journey. If you are not healthy by your own choice, I understand that there's reasons and things out there that would prohibit someone, or that is not in your control. But if you are allowing yourself to not be healthy, you are self-sabotaging. Because everything you want to accomplish in life, you would be able to accomplish it faster or more effectively if you focused on your health. And again, if you have a pre-existing health condition, I'm not saying you have to have perfect health. My beautiful wife is type 1 diabetic. She got that when she was 17 years old. And I'm sure she can, testify that if she doesn't take care of that, it makes life a lot more unpleasurable. It makes it a little more difficult if how she's feeling. But she manages that very well, and pays attention to that, to make sure that it's taken care of. And so I say the same to you: is health doesn't mean you have to be perfect. Health, just take what you've been handed and try to amplify it. Whether you're really healthy or you have some conditions or whatever it is, take what you have, do the best you can with it, because if you do that, you will be able to achieve your success faster. If you let the health slip, it will make the journey a little bit harder. Trust me. You can't help people if you're at home sick. You can't play with your kids if you're at home sick. I mean, I guess you could, but you're not going to want to. You're not going to be really involved. You can't pursue your business goals and different things if you're at home sick. Health is extremely important, but again, it's a lifelong process, and that's one of the reasons why health is one of the pillars of this show and this community. So that being said, keep working hard, keep pushing through it day by day. If you didn't do good today, that is okay. It's okay. Do better tomorrow. Keep working. Set those goals. Forget about the big goals. Just create those day-to-day goals and make it part of those daily habits. If you haven't already, visit us online at familyhealthandhustle.com and download the 6 Secrets for Success. That little ebook, it's free. It talks about the 6 secrets or 6 foundational principles that I believe are necessary in order to step onto the path of success, because that path's going to get rough. There's going to be days where you fail. There's going to be days that you succeed. There's going to be days where you're just, I wouldn't even call it failing or succeeding, but you're learning. And if you don't have a strong foundation, there's going to be times where you might question your why, or question why you're doing it, or just feel depressed or discouraged. And so those foundational principles are things that will help make the journey more enjoyable, and will help you stay focused while you're on that journey. So if you haven't had a chance yet, go ahead and download that. But other than that, I will talk to you next time. Next time we're going to talk a little bit about my hustle. We're going to talk about that third pillar of this community. And I appreciate you listening and joining me today. We'll talk to you next time. Thanks so much. This is Family Health and Hustle.